Mayor Kasim Reed has walked in the building.
I know.
How y'all doing?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I feel good right now.
You feel
good day
good?
today. Yes.
It's a great day.
Yes.
Nice and sunny.
Beautiful outside.
I know.
Hosting Super Bowl 53.
I know you did that.
In 2019.
Super
Hosting the
Bowl.
college football championship.
What?
Hosting the NCAA Final Four.
You've been busy.
Hosting the college football playoffs. Everything me and Ryan and you sat up here and talked about when I was going through it over this stadium, we won them all. So,
Yes.
feels good.
You did it.
810 right now. 810. A lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
I want to get into it. I don't want to, I ain't going to start off with the curveball. I'm going to start off with the BB.
Yeah, we have a big curve.
I'm going to start off with the
It's
BB.
not even the curve, it's a sinker.
I've been working on my slur, though.
Okay, all right. It's the sinker that gives me problems, so you can throw the curve.
How's the baby?
Oh, man, she's amazing. I have photos of her buying her dress for the daddy-daughter dance.
That's right.
Coming. So she decided to go with a rose print dress.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's excited. Yeah,
That's
I'm
gonna be
excited.
something. Yeah, we're excited.
It's going to be so special.
When you first said you was having the baby, and then we found out there was a daughter. What the first thing I said? I was like, "Father-daughter dance."
Man, I can't wait to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be something great, man.
Yeah,
we're excited.
We've been practicing our dance to Michael Jackson, so we were working on it last
Y'all
night.
got a routine.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter, yeah. We got to look good, man.
And if you ever
What you
see, the mayor when his daughter is out there, she is not. She's not like Northwest. She's not like, Mommy, I told you no cameras.
Right.
She is like, yo.
She's all in.
Who need one?
She's all in.
Who need a picture? What you need? What you got? I got you.
She got in the truck the other day and put on a seatbelt, and somebody wanted a photo, and she unbuckled it and hopped out.
Are you serious?
Okay, what do you need? You need a smile?
That's funny, man. Yeah. She's all in, man. She's leaning in.
That's very
812, we're going to talk about what's going on in the city when we come back with Mayor Kasim Reed. Don't go nowhere.
Father-daughter dance with Ryan Cameron, everybody.
That's what's up. It's
It's
sold
gonna
out.
be bigger than it's ever been.
That's
right.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm bringing 30 people with me.
What?
And it's at the airport.
Yes.
That's what's
That's
really
right.
nice.
812 right now. Watch V103.com, okay?
Love never felt so good.
Who asked for that
Brought
song?
to you by Mayor Kasim Reed. That's my gift to you all for today. Google it. Go ahead, lock it in. Watch the video. Fall in love with it like I did.
826 right now.
You did? All right, then.
I mean, he's used to doing the press. He's not afraid of a microphone. 826 right now. I was at the Billboard Music Awards. I'm watching, because I get the alerts. It says,
Yes.
log in now as Mayor Kasim addresses the latest changes at the city.
Yes.
Two big things quickly, and I'm just going to go back to your press conference or your statement about it being the fourth quarter. And you saying, everybody, that Andy Young and Willie Brown told you, no matter where you are in your term, if you got to make changes, you got to make changes. Was there a final straw?
No, really, it was about the future. I mean, the bottom line is what I said, I meant. This really is about the future, and it's about who you have confidence in, who you believe in, and about not using where you are as an excuse. You and Wanda never stop trying to make the show better, and you've got the #1 show. I think that is exactly what you have to do when you run a city. I mean, you have to constantly make judgments. I've got 9,500 employees, and I've got to constantly make judgments about what's in the best interest of the city. And candidly, after 6 years, we've got a pretty good record in terms of the direction of the city, where it's going. It's in better shape financially than it's been in more than 25 years. AA plus credit rating from Standard & Poor's. No tax increases, no water rate increases. Biggest police force ever. Biggest fire department ever. Airport with 100 million passengers. 20-year deal with Delta for a $6 billion capital program. So I think that you never stop trying to make it better. And the people of Atlanta deserve folks in government who work as hard as they do.
That's right.
And so people who are around me and who are on my team are going to have urgency around them, and they're going to have the same kind of passion and devotion that I do.
I so believe that.
I met with my staff yesterday and the day before, and the one thing I said to everybody is anybody who wants to put their schedule side by side with mine, let's do it.
Wow.
There's nobody that's working harder than me.
So do you believe, because we're talking about a job that has a lot of demands that we've seen with now in your administration, will be the fourth person running the airport.
No, it would actually be the third.
That's the
Third
third.
person.
Yeah, that's third.
So let's walk through that slowly and unpack it.
Okay.
I got elected mayor in January 4, 2010. There was an airport commissioner who was here with my predecessor. He was never going to be my airport commissioner.
From day
That's
one.
not uncommon.
Okay.
We had a national search, and out of that national search, I hired Lewis Miller. Lewis Miller did a fine job of running the airport through my first term. He retired. He lives in Salt Lake City with his wife. So he retired. So I had Miguel Southwell came from Miami, where he was a deputy. He worked as a deputy here. He went through a national search.
Right.
He was one of 5 finalists. And at the end of the day, I made the judgment that wasn't the right relationship. So that's 2. And then now Roosevelt Council is succeeding Miguel. So on my watch, you could say you should have made 2 perfect judgments, but that's not real life. I mean, real life is, I don't think that you or Wanda would stick with a strategy just because you made the decision.
Right.
You have to make the judgment that does it work for you all. And that relationship was not working for me.
Wow.
This memo that came out, I guess, from Dan Gordon, the COO, to Miguel, talks about him not making a meeting that you wanted to have scheduled. When you talked about people being comfortable and no sense of urgency, all I know is if I don't care where I was, if I was in the city, if my boss said, "Hey, I need to meet with you this morning," I think I have to be available.
And you, as usual, are being a great interviewer, but I'm not going to talk about the past. I'm going to talk about the future. And the future is, I understand what you're doing, Ryan. That's why you're as successful as you are. The bottom line is that the relationship didn't work for me. And I think that people are going to see significant improvements at Hartsfield Jackson. I think they're going to see significant reductions in the lines and the wait times, which are unacceptable to me. I think people are going to see significant improvements in the speed of execution on decisions.
Right.
I think people are going to see significant improvements in amenities at the airport, such as a Wi-Fi that works rapidly and that's appropriately funded.
Right.
When you have unlimited resources, I think people are going to see back to basics, an airport that is clean, trash cans that aren't overrunning.
Did you go into a dirty bathroom?
Yeah.
The bathrooms thing stuck out to me.
We don't even need to do it. The point I'm making is that you can go on Twitter
Yeah.
and look at circumstances that in the world's busiest airport, an economic generator of $32.5 billion are basic things. They're not sophisticated or high-minded.
Airport 101, basically.
But trash should not be overflowing. I don't care how many teams you have to run at our airport, and you should not have people calling you personally about bathrooms that are disgusting and sending you photographs of it.
Wow.
So I'm talking about the future. So everybody understands now that I'm not writing it out. Okay, so anybody who's around me, you can either be a part of what we're doing, the success that we've had.
Yeah. Like
yesterday when we won Super Bowl 53 or the NCAA Final Four, the college football championship, or a AA plus credit rating, or 23,500 new jobs, or crime down 27%. You can come with that, or you can choose your own path. And I wish you well.
Was it bad when people look at going into the Memorial Day holiday? Was it that point where you said, I can't even get past the Memorial Day holiday because it's going to be millions of people going through the world's busiest airport?
Ryan and Wanda, what you all know from the years of us being together on this show, when people have problems, they don't say the Public Works Commissioner didn't pick up my trash.
Right.
They say the mayor didn't pick up. They don't.
We always say that.
That's not
we
how
always
they
say that. They know us.
Whoever's name is on the title
That's
gets the blame
They know
and
us.
the fame.
Yeah, and
That's true.
so I mean, if you just go through whatever ups and downs we've been through, if you go through the snowstorm, the Atlanta Braves, they say the mayor, and so this never works. So if George Stephanopoulos opens this week a national news program with Hartsfield Jackson, that doesn't work for us.
Right. Okay.
Our airport is an essential part of our brand. So if George Stephanopoulos is opening up his show, which he did, with Hartsfield Jackson being a place to avoid, that's problematic for us as I recruit Turkish Airlines and Qatar and attempt to make our airport the most globally connected in the U.S.
We're talking with Mayor Kasim Reed right now on the People Station V103. Watch V103.com and see the mayor in the studio. You know, we did a special town hall meeting talking to the young juveniles of Atlanta about what's their mindset when they commit some of these crimes that some people are saying, wow, they are so young. Why are they doing these things? And we wanted to get the mayor to weigh in on it. And I know you have a question, but let's just play this little clip from one of the juveniles. We asked about them not having any feelings about some of these things they're doing.
I don't know, you just mobbing. It's like, you know, if we was young, we wasn't thinking about nothing. We was just thinking about money. And, you know, like, we couldn't get no job, so.
You know, we hear all the time that crime statistics are down, and we continue to see these murders in our community, which is very hurtful to us. And we always think, like, how can we get better? What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? So we did a show, and we spoke with some young men that were out here doing the smash and grab and robbing and home invasions. And they're just saying that, I don't care. I don't have a job. My father isn't in the home. I'm upset. I'm angry. So what is put in place for to get these things working better for us here in Atlanta?
Well, a few things. I mean, one of the things we're going to do this summer is provide young people with literally thousands of jobs in summer programs for probably more than 3,000 kids.
Nice.
6 days a week, we're seeing between 1,200 and 1,500 young people through the city's centers of hope.
Right.
But I really connected with this job element. One of the things that we did early on was we had an effort where we helped people get 14,000 jobs because we just had a jobs campaign.
Right.
So we've got to connect our young people with employment and with structure. So we need to do that through providing internships. That's why I didn't close AWDA. And I'll tell you, I was at Jackson Memorial, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before. One of the best things that happened to me during prayer time, there was an altar call.
Right.
This brother came up and grabbed my arm. He said, "I just want you to know I got a job at the city of Atlanta because you banned the box. You took that box off where I used to declare I was a felon." He said, "I was in prison 5 years, went in at 17. I'm out now, and I'm level 2 in the water department, and I'm making more money than I ever made selling drugs." And so that shows me that, one, we were right to ban the box, and two, we've got to connect people with employment and structure.
Okay.
8:53 right now. Mayor Kasim Reed in the studio.
Yes.
We missed you last month.
Bit.
Yeah. We look forward to these monthly visits.
No question, man. I feel like I should be getting a W-2 or I-9. I mean,
you're always
I was
here.
moving today.
You never call in.
I did an earlier show, and I was here though.
Thanks to Ann.
No question. I mean, I was surprised Ann was here the way she left work, saying yesterday that she was exhausted.
Girls rule.
So,
all around the world.
Ryan
Girls,
Cameron,
girls.
Wanda in the morning,
Girls,
the voice
girls.
of the city of Atlanta. Thank you for letting me be on your air. This is one of the highlights. We are all going to Bad Boy together.
Yeah.
So,
We are. Thank you.
Bad Boy's going to be at Phillips Arena. So y'all are stuck with me.
8:54 right now. Shout out to Mayor Kasim Reed. We appreciate it. 8:54 right now. Jim Basile.
Yes, Ryan Cameron.
All right, coming up. We'll talk about what happened in the yard yesterday.
Ryan Cameron.
My snake away brings all the snakes to the yard.
Ryan Cameron, handler of snakes.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, next. Well, thank you, Ryan. Mr. Mayor, Wanda. Still some slow.